This is James Van Der Zee. He was one of the most famous photographers during the Harlem Renaissance. James was born on June 29, 1886, in Lenox as the second of 6 siblings. As a child he was talented in violin and piano, but later at age of 14 he discovered his truly passion, photography. With his camera he took hundreds of photos of his family and he became his school's photographer. Since he was one of the first ones owning a camera in the city, he documented a lot of things about Lenox as well. In 1906 he moved to New York with his father and his brother. They were working as waiters in elevators and James was also the primary creator and one of the 5 performers in a group known as the Harlem Orchestra. 1 year later he married Kate Brown and moved to Virginia, where he was working as a photographer for the Hampton Institute. After their child was born, they moved back to New York. In the following years he was working as a musician and was playing in an orchestra and as violin and piano teacher. After the divorce with Kate he was working as a darkroom assistant in New Jersey, but 1 year later he moved back to New York again, just in the beginning of a huge migration. He opened a photo studio and named it after his second wife, Greenlee GGG Studio. Quickly Van Der Zee became the most successful photographer in Harlem. During his career he took photos of several African-American celebrities, but he mostly captured weddings and funerals. Apart from this, he loved to photograph Harlemites of all backgrounds and occupations. With his photos we can gain an insight to the life of the middle-class African-American everyday life. Sometimes he made unique effects by using darkroom manipulation. One of his most famous work was Future Expectations, where he created a transparent child at the freshly married couple's feet. In the beginning of the 1930s his work became less wanted due to the spread of the personal cameras. He was trying to conform by restoring photos and by mail-order sales. Though his effort, he was still in lack of orders and was struggling with financial problems. James' work was rediscovered in 1969 and soon after it, he had an exhibition in the Metropolitan Museum of Art called Harlem on My Mind. Due to this exhibition he got renewed attention. He took photos of several celebrities, such as Bill Cosby. In 1976 his wife, Greenlee, died and James was reported to poor health. After his photos was returned from the museum, he grounded the James Van Der Zee Institute. His work was acknowledged by becoming a permanent fellow of the Metropolitan Museum of Art and receiving a Living Legacy Award from President Jimmy Carter. James died as one of the most famous Harlem Renaissance photographers in 1983, at age 96.